For Glen Klippenstein, there's not much better than a sunny afternoon spent looking over cattle that graze on his son's place in Missouri.
My wife and I, Linda, we have 4 kids, 9 grandkids, and 5 great-grandkids. Every one of them are healthy, smart, and good-looking. So we're really grateful for all of that. I've raised cattle all of my life. I grew up in Saskatchewan, Canada, moved to Pennsylvania when I was 11, and then went to Penn State, and then a partner and I came out to Northwest Missouri, Maysville. And the rest is history.
That history is impressive. Glen's work in Hereford breeding with his Glenkirk Farms made an impact that is remembered yet today.
Glen Klippenstein is a legend, and long before I actually met Glen, I heard all the stories of what he's done, what he did in the Hereford business, and you don't have to look at too many pedigrees in the association's herd book, and you can find the GK prefix and the influential bulls that have gone on to contribute a lot to the breed.
We had like 1,200 registered cows, purebred cows, and we sold about 350 bulls a year, over 7,000 bulls over the years. We showed a lot too. We had probably more champions than most anybody, not everybody, but almost. We showed our performance cattle.
Even with success in the show ring, Glen knew beef demand was declining in the 1970s and 80s. To help turn the tide, he joined with other producers to press for a national beef checkoff program. Glen was an original member of the Beef Board that held its first meeting in the fall of 1986. There, he explained why he believed a $1 per head beef checkoff program was needed.
Can't afford not to. You know, when times are tough, that's the time you have to promote. Now, I know, it's kind of like agriculture. When times are good, we don't want to get out, and when times are bad, we can't. Now we're in a situation where we can't get out, and we have got to promote our product.
The consumer didn't have much confidence in us. The demand was, like I said, wow. We were losing producers like crazy. Finally, we got together to do something that was of mutual advantage. Finally, we were helping ourselves, and the whole checkoff program was begun.
The thing that really impressed me was that Glen, as he came onto the Cattlemen's Beef Board, brought with him a tremendous amount of knowledge and undoubtedly a depth of years of experience, both with production and with consumers and with his fellow cattlemen. Glen absolutely knew the consumer. He knew what kind of product those consumers were wanting to purchase. Glen had studied it. Glen knew what the trends were.
Well, I first met Glen when I was interviewed to come to work for the Beef Board. And Glen is just a unique personality. You can't help but like him. And his enthusiasm for the beef industry is contagious. And when I met Glen, I knew I wanted to go to work for the Beef Board, and for him.
As the Beef Board chair in 1990 and 91, Glen helped put in place the rigorous financial practices and an auditing process that still guide beef checkoff programs today.
We made sure, too, that our funds were recorded exactly, that every dollar could be accounted for, that the beef industry councils, they got what they were due, and that we worked together with them in unison.
Under Glen's leadership, we initiated a program of auditing the contractors with the beef industry to make sure that every dollar from that checkoff program was used as it was intended to. And I think that was the primary reason that the checkoff program survived several litigation challenges, all the way to the Supreme Court. But in no instance could any of the checkoff critics find a single circumstance where a checkoff dollar had been misused. And I attribute a lot of that integrity in the program to the leadership and the early decisions that were led by Glen Klippenstein.
As an original Beef Board member and later chairman, Glen became known for his innovative ideas and a vision for checkoff-funded programs focused on building consumer beef demand.
Getting focused on delivering a consistent, high-quality, trustworthy product for the consumer day in and day out That was paramount. That was the vision. Glen, I think, was the champion of that message. And again, a major reason that we've enjoyed the successes we have for the industry for now all these last several years.
When you think about the legacy, you think about what beef was worth at that time, and then you go 35 to 40 years later now, the attitude of the consumer is fabulous. The demand is great. Don't let us take it for granted. Let's have that spirit that we had then to get this thing going, because we have to ask the question, what would it be like now if we hadn't had that beef checkoff?
A former Missouri legislator, a noted cattle breeder, a family man, and a lifelong advocate for beef, the 2026 recipient of the Beef Checkoff Visionary Award, Glen Klippenstein.